Hey guys, Exploring with Chelsea here. The video you're about to see is actually going to be posted on the Exploring with Chelsea page as well as the abandoned page because this town is actually abandoned. It's been abandoned since um, about 1910 is when it went abandoned. So it's now a tourist attraction and it's one of the most photographed abandoned ghost towns, whatever you want to call it, abandoned or ghost town, same thing. It is Rhyolite, Nevada. It is it's 120 miles northwest of Vegas and about 35 miles away from Death Valley. It's Rhyolite is actually a type of volcanic rock, and this town is pretty cool. It was they primarily mined for gold and silver, and it was, as much as I'd keep on wanting to say that it was founded in the late 1800s, it was actually not founded until 1904. And it was founded in August of 1904 by Shorty Harris and Ernest Ed Cross. Uh, they were the ones that stuck in the area and made it kind of boom with over 2,000 claims in the area for the gold. And the nearest town where we stayed was Beatty, Beatty, Nevada. And in Rhyolite, you've got the Phantom sculptures. You've got Tom Kelly's Bottle House. You've got the train depot, and you've got the town of Rhyolite, which is pretty cool. The it was Rhyolite was actually became more of a town in February of 1905 after Ed and Shorty um, stumbled across it back in August of 1904. By 1906, it was Rhyolite became a modern town with indoor plumbing, electricity. You had brothels, banks, schools, the train depot, which you'll see in this video as well. And it was booming. You had a lot of luxuries and stuff like that as well. Um, it was short lived because, like I said, back in 1910 is when it went and it died. Rhyolite died, and everybody just pretty much moved away. Um, the very few people stayed there. Um, the last Rhyolite um, citizen actually passed away in 1924. It is now run by the BLM, which is Bureau of Land Management. So it's now operated by them. They do have like there there's a little shed. It reminds me of. It's not very big. That has like the tourist information and all of that. And like I said, this town is it's an abandoned town, and it's one of the most photographed um, towns in the Southwest, which is pretty cool. Um, Today, the town has pretty much disappeared. As I said, it's a ghost town. Some of the buildings were moved to nearby towns, and the rest that were there, there's roughly 20 buildings left, and been they fell to their demise because of weather and everything like that. So it's nature took its course on it. And it being in the middle of the desert, there's really no vines or anything that's grown on it. The buildings that are still there actually have fences around them so that they can, and they also have plaques explaining what the buildings were and everything like that. But there's fences around them to keep vandals out. Um, However, when I went there, it was in first weekend of March, and it was there was some snow on the ground, so you'll see that. This town was a pretty cool town. I really liked it. You've got, like I said, you've got the Tom Kelly's Bottle House. You've got the train depot, and then you got the Phantom sculptures. The Phantom sculptures were placed there in 1984 by a Bulgarian artist, Albert Suzuki. I'm sorry if I butchered his last name. I know I did. But the Tom Kelly's bottle house is actually a house that is made out of 50,000 bottles. A lot of drinking. It's mostly wine bottles that's there, and like it's really cool. It's not a very big house, but it's really cool. But the town, like I said, consists of the train depot, some of the buildings, the bottle house, and the Phantom sculptures. But back in its prime, back in 1907, it had 3 newspapers, 3 swimming pools, 3 hospitals, a stock exchange, 2 undertakers, an opera, a symphony, 18 grocery stores, 30 saloons, 19 lodging houses, 6 barbers, 4 bakeries, 35 gambling tables, 8 doctors, and 3 railroads. Just to kind of give you an idea of how bustling this town was in its heyday. And apparently there's anywhere, some sources say that there were 3,000 to 5,000 people that lived there during its height, and some sources say that there were up to 10,000. So it's really not, nobody is really sure how many people actually lived there during Rhyolite's booming era, which didn't last very long, 6 years. Even though some people did stick around, the mines did close to keep people safe. And then, like I said, the buildings were left to crumble. But I really like this town. It was really cool, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, because it was probably during my adventure during this weekend that I went. It was really fun. That was one of the highlights. Beatty was pretty cool because I did get to see some wild donkeys. So it was kind of cool, but it was definitely one of my favorite towns. And like I said, I mean, it's right there on the Nevada California line. Since, like I said, I mean, you're 35 miles away from Death Valley. But I hope that kind of helps you guys out. And if you guys want, please, I highly recommend going and visiting. It was a really cool town. Now this Albert person who was the sculptor of the Phantom sculptures, the one that's there, there's actually 2 of them. You've got the Last Supper, and you've got actually, I take that back, you've got 3, because you've got the Last Supper, you've got a artist who's got a canvas, a palette with paints on it, and then you've got one that's riding a bike. And for somebody to sit there long enough for the plaster of Paris to set so that it could be where it is, you had to sit there for a while in order for that to run its course. But again, guys, please enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my videos. And I really hope you guys stick around for more videos. I've got a couple more adventures that are coming up that I'm really looking forward to. So please stick around and find out for more. Thanks, guys.
I can't feel my hands. Shit! I caught that with a hand.